Spider-Man muses about New York's messy beauty, its diversity, its stubborn kindness, why he never left. But the revelation shatters instantly. A transport pod detonates, blasting a streetlight apart and throwing civilians into fire and debris. From the blaze rises a mutant extremist, fully engulfed in living fire. A terrified bystander identifies him immediately. A Lowlock, a dangerously volatile type. The flaming attacker roars his manifesto, claiming moral destiny and mutant supremacy. As he advances, a targeting light and panic comes across his face. The PDC drop in like a hammer. They ready a heavy weapon for a swift execution. Bulky armored troops descending with authority. And that's exactly when a blast of webbing grabs a soldier and the Lowlock. Bursting through drifting donuts and smoke, Spider-Man swings into the scene at full momentum, wisecracking about not even having his mutated espresso yet. He cracks jokes even as he dodges bullets, weaving a web tether that yanks the attacker away from a kill shot. The PDC try to portal the Lowlock into oblivion, but Spidey blocks it, insisting on due process. Spider-Man and the PDC officer wrestle the situation in the sky, Spidey threading web lines through the trooper's mechanical tendrils, lecturing about how protect and serve got replaced by oppress and kill. The Lowlock tries to rally again, shouting rebellion as his body erupts in a cluster of small detonations. Spidey makes use of the explosions and swings away with the hothead. Later, in Lowtown, Dr. Reyes tears into the young Lowlock, Foos, for acting alone. She calls it stupid 11 times, and she means every one. Foos tries to justify it. They needed medicine. Shipments were blocked. She acknowledges that, but stresses that he jeopardized everything. When Foos asks why Spider-Man helps them, why a non-mutant risks himself for Lowtown, Reyes answers simply, he is in all the ways that matter. Dr. Reyes moves through the city, making her way to a quiet part of the subway. The Manhattan Massacre, the Reconstruction, and the Genarchy's caste system reshaped the boroughs. The village, once bohemian, now renamed like everything else, still pulses with defiant life. Highside thrives on privilege and pure mutants. Lowtown gets the scraps. Dr. Reyes finds Peter finishing a shower. Scarred and deformed, his body is clearly mutated and different from the Peter Parker that we're used to. He notes the kid's ambition to be an X-Man, the good kind. Reyes confronts him. He's back and he didn't tell her. After a small back and forth, Dr. Reyes shuts him up with a kiss, calling it doctor's orders. Peter enters the treatment chamber, an intimidating, wired-up cocoon of machinery. She narrates the truth. His cells have always been radioactive, which slows the X-Virus but doesn't stop it. So he and Reyes crank up the controlled radiation to hold it back. It buys him weeks, until he starts coughing up blood. Then he repeats the cycle. Reyes initiates the next dose, her silhouette set against a violent green flare. The aftermath is agonizing. Peter collapsed, bleeding, Reyes by his side. They banter weakly, him joking about rock stars, her about his wrestler dreams. He admits his old ambition. He wanted to be in the ring, not on the front lines. She sees the truth behind the jokes. This treatment is killing him. Peter answers with stubborn resolve. Not today, it isn't. Alarms blare, flooding the lab in red. Reyes checks the monitors. 5 biosigns have breached a perimeter. Peter panics. Had they been found? The danger is at the other lab. He's too weak. She forbids him from going, stopping him from grabbing his suit with a force field. Peter pleads. The danger is too great. He can't rest knowing what's going on. At the ruins of the Manhattan Bridge, a militant crew, the Marauders, push into an abandoned Sinister facility. They treat the shattered structure like reclaimed territory, insisting that it was always theirs. They notice one pod still powered, possibly occupied. One Marauder hesitates. If there's power, could someone still be alive? The leader scoffs. It's been 10 years since anyone set foot here. No one will miss whoever's inside. They move in to loot, but someone is in the shadows, watching. That's when Spider-Man strikes, dropping into the room like a whip of red and black, slamming a marauder down and shouting for everyone to leave or die. They refuse, starting their own attack. One man is revealed as an enemy from earlier in the day, calling Spidey "low-lock dog." Spider-Man counters the attacks easily. "Trying to save your life, moron." Another voice speaks up now. It's Dr. Reyes. Cecilia bursts in wearing her field suit. She asks Peter to wrap this up fast. The Marauders spit hate, calling them impure, but Peter corrects them mid-leap. He's not protecting machinery. A barrage of energy blasts hits Spider-Man square as he dives to protect Cecilia. Knocking him down, she kneels over Peter. He came here to save them. A monstrous tremor shakes the ruin. The Marauders freeze, confused. This city taught him everything. How New Yorkers stand up for each other, even when they don't like each other. A gigantic purple, many-fanged creature erupts from the debris and devours one Marauder in a single horrifying chomp. Screams fill the air. Cecilia shields Peter with a force bubble. She's terrified, her nails digging into his shoulder, until he comforts her and tells her that it's all right. As the beast rages, Peter steadies himself, telling Cecilia that it's over now. If he's wrong, she's to run and not look back. The pod door opens, and out steps an elderly woman, groggy but alive. Peter greets her gently as she questions his strange costume. He hugs her tightly, with shock on his face. It's Aunt May. A sleek bullet train cuts through the Revelation territory at 900 kilometers an hour. An urgent journey cloaked in unease. The passengers, injected with phonomes, have 26 hours before the deadly X-virus takes hold. Inside, a tense conversation brews. It's been 8 years since this territory was last visited, and the scars haven't faded. We flash back to Revelation Day in Manhattan years ago. Chaos tears through the skyline. A woman and child scream for help seconds before Spider-Man swings in, shielding them with calm assurance. "You're gonna be alright, I promise." But the city is unraveling fast, and that promise is about to be tested. Now out of Spidey's arms, the mother comforts her daughter while Peter desperately calls MJ. The little girl starts to feel unwell. Her mother, now transforming, vomits a corrosive spray onto her. The girl explodes in a burst of light, blasting the mother's head. Peter holds his phone, frozen. They were in hell. Everything breaks. Humans mutate or die. Buildings melt or reshape. Spidey swings through flame and ruin, calling out for MJ, for May. Panic claws at him. When will I turn? Or die? Or worse? Where's MJ? Where is May Parker? Peter claws through the wreckage, desperate but praying. Then, a voice. Peter? It's May, alive, but MJ, she's still silent. The shock hits Spider-Man like a blow. Peter Parker wakes up now. It was a dream. Cecilia had tended to May while he slept. Foos banters bitterly as he donates supplies, including a precious power amplifier. Clearly a big deal. Peter, bruised and quiet, clings to gratitude and to Cecilia's steady hand, but exhaustion weighs heavy. A quiet moment with Aunt May. Older, but still as warm as ever. May's mind drifts, confusing the past and present. Peter listens, gentle, enjoying the moment, but the pain of what happened to MJ still there. Their exchange is light, but layered with sorrow. They embrace. "You never gave up on me," Peter says, holding on like it's the last thing he'll do. The sun sets over ruin as Peter and Cecilia weigh the impossible. May is like a ticking time bomb now, but Cecilia's force fields, boosted by tech, might be their last shot at containing a future episode. He insists that it's his burden, but Cecilia won't let it be his alone. Spider-Man rockets through the night skies. He's infiltrated what's left of Rand Applied, a hollow echo of lost comrades and buried science. Amid gunfire and robots, he dodges bullets trying to escape with something that might actually suppress May's mutation. Probably won't work, but desperate, he grabs it anyway. Mid-battle, Peter gets overwhelmed. Thoughts spiral. Is he doing this to self-destruct? Peter's down, aching for release from duty. No more pain, no more choices. But then he thinks of Cecilia. She didn't carry him this far for him to quit now. Just as Peter faces being overwhelmed, they arrive. Miles and Gwen, striking from the shadows like thunderbolts. Ghost Spider crashes in, legs sweeping and fists flying. Spin unleashes bioblasts mid-swing. Their voices cut through the noise, anchoring Peter. Reinforcements, yes, but also family. And just in time. Mid-fight, Peter demands answers. Is there a cure? Miles dodges and blasts, snapping back. If Peter got out of his cave, he'd know. As chaos reigns, Miles explains. No cure, just a trick to fool the virus. It buys them hours, nothing more. Peter shrugs it off with dark humor, but their synchronized teamwork is cutting down bots fast. Tensions spark between Peter and Miles. Miles delivers the message. The Avengers need Spidey out west. Peter hesitates. His world, his family, they're here. We used to be family too, Gwen reminds him. Then Peter turns, grim. May's awake. The reunion shatters. Miles explodes. That's why you're still here? He attacks Peter mid-sentence, rage finally boiling over. Electricity clashes as fists fly. Peter begs him to stop. You said she was dead! Miles slams him down. My whole family is dead, and you're still trying to save her? His grief is a weapon, and he's swinging with everything he has. Miles unleashes. How many people have to suffer? He hammers Peter, fueled by loss. Peter won't fight back. Not really, because it's May. If it was your mother, would you? That lands harder than any punch. Gwen drops down, dry sarcasm masking the tension. She wants Peter to at least hear them out. Gwen tries to anchor Peter with reason, while Miles fumes in the background. Peter resists. Whatever it is, someone else should handle it. But then he sees what she has to show him. It has to be you, Peter. Later, they meet with Cecilia. The group settles, bantering over dinner duties and awkward emotional avoidance. Miles confronts Peter, blunt and tired. Peter clings to the belief that May is worth saving, but Miles hits back. The pain of Revelation Day lingers. No one came out whole. Then, a voice cuts through the room. You died. May has entered. Something's wrong. May stares at Gwen with ice-cold certainty. Gwen Stacy died. Everyone freezes. Peter tries to calm her. She's unraveling. May insists that she saw Gwen buried. Her voice grows sharper, angrier, blaming Spider-Man for Gwen's death. Her eyes glow with unnatural energy. Miles urges Peter to do something, but there is nothing to do but run. May's body ignites. Her voice drops to a monstrous snarl. You died! May explodes into a towering, grotesque, multi-eyed horror. Pure mutation, pure rage. Teeth like razors, eyes burning with vengeance. The others don't wait. Peter yells the only word that matters now. Run!